A couple of days ago, there was a status conference for R. Kelly's federal trial in Chicago. They were trying to figure out a date, and they figured out that they were going to have the trial on August 1st, 2022. And a lot of us listened in on that call, and I, for one, was particularly disgusted when I heard Greenberg brag about R. Kelly being sentenced on May 4th of 2022, because May 4th is Greenberg's birthday. And when the judge asked Greenberg, he said, "Hey, when is R. Kelly getting sentenced?" And Greenberg said something like, "Oh, May 4th, that's my birthday. I'm turning 59 again. Ha ha ha." I was so disgusted, y'all, just to hear a lawyer be so excited about a client being sentenced. You know, Greenberg never cared about R. Kelly. We all knew that from day one. We all knew that from day one. He never cared about R. Kelly. He just wanted to get publicity for himself. And he's gotten a lot of publicity off of R. Kelly and a lot of new clients because he's represented R. Kelly. You know, this is unbelievable. You know, this is unbelievable. R. Kelly has been taken advantage of by every, almost every person he has ever encountered. Everybody has always had ulterior motives. Nobody was genuine. You know, the type of backstabbing that he's endured since he's been famous has been unbelievable. Everybody is out for themselves. You know, nobody comes to him with a genuine, pure heart. And that makes me sad. That makes me sad that he's never had true, genuine love. You know, it's R. Kelly, you know, I'm gonna work for R. Kelly and I'm gonna record him and I'm gonna make him sign stuff and I'm gonna steal money from him and I'm a chick and I had sex with R. Kelly and everything was consensual, but I'm gonna come back years later and say I was kidnapped and held hostage. Nothing is genuine. These people are diabolical. How could you sleep at night being such a demonic individual? I know I couldn't. I know I couldn't sleep at night being a demonic individual like that. It's unbelievable. Greenberg was elated that R. Kelly is being sentenced on his birthday. I pray for R. Kelly in the Chicago case. Because Greenberg's going to throw the case, y'all. We already know if it goes to trial, Greenberg is going to throw the case. Everything is going to be up to the appellate attorneys, you know, when we go before the appeals court. One man going to all these trials. One human being going to all these trials. It's not fair. It's not fair. Oh my God. And people who don't like R. Kelly are elated and they're still talking about him and still using their YouTube channels, using his name to make money. Everybody makes money off of R. Kelly, surviving off R. Kelly. People do interviews, write books to make money off of him. That would drive me insane. All these people out here making money off me, but my music getting taken down. I can't make money off me, and the reason I'm me is because of me. Disgusting. These chicks ought to be ashamed of themselves. The only reason people want to talk to them is because of R. Kelly. The only reason they get any kind of money or any kind of shine is because of R. Kelly. They should be thanking him. Oh, I was abused. I was harmed. I was mistreated. I chose to suck dick and I chose to spread my legs, but I was mistreated. He didn't give me a career. Because I had sex with him, he owed me a career. Oh my God. The false sense of entitlement that these people have to R. Kelly's fame and fortune is disgusting. I pray we get the right appellate attorneys, because all of this shit need to be tossed out. This is ridiculous. It's no reason why he should be going on trial for Rashana Landfair, where Rashana Landfair sat up there and refused to go to her own trial in 2008. She had a whole trial. Her father said, "That's not my daughter on the tape." Father continued working with R. Kelly, working for R. Kelly, playing guitar on the albums after the trial. R. Kelly gave Rashana a lot of gifts. They were very close. The whole entire family was very close. You see her brother hugged up with R. Kelly in the pictures. This was like, in 2016? And these people sit up here and want to come forth now and take the stand against him in Chicago? Oh my God. I swear, I never seen nothing like this, y'all. And to see, Greenberg put out there, "Oh, I haven't seen R. Kelly because he just got out of suicide watch." And he put that out there on the status conference, and the media took that up and ran with it and said, "Oh, R. Kelly was on suicide watch," but it didn't tell the public. Well, that's common protocol. When you get a guilty verdict, they put you on suicide watch for a couple of days, and then they take you off the suicide watch. They didn't tell people that. So I went and I saw in all these different blogs where people were like, "Oh, he on suicide watch." And I'm like, these evil people. Black people as a whole, this crab in a barrel mentality that we have is disgusting. People are so excited to see R. Kelly fall. And at the end of the day, most people would never meet R. Kelly. 99.9% of people would never meet R. Kelly. He's never done anything to them. But he married Aaliyah. We don't care if it's 30 years ago. Let him fry. Let him fry. Let him rot. He needs to do life. He needs to pay. He needs to pay. He needs to pay. People are so concerned with making R. Kelly pay for allegations that they were not there to witness, and they're not focusing on their own sins. Because at the end of the day, when you die and stand before God, God is not going to ask you about R. Kelly and Aaliyah. He's not going to ask you about R. Kelly and Rashana. He's not going to ask you about none of this shit. He's going to ask you about you. So all you R. Kelly haters, make sure your life right. Because you got one life to live. And you have no heaven or hell to put R. Kelly in. The man is convicted. If that's what you wanted, move on. Stop talking about him on your channels. If you don't like him, then don't discuss him. I just don't get it. People are so elated over this shit. Like, elated to see somebody go to jail. I never had that type of mentality. Go to jail over some whores. I'm pissed, man. I'm still pissed. Every time I think about it, I get angry about how these lawyers threw this case. Keona Jones should have been called as a witness. Keona Jones should have been called as a witness to debunk Geronda's lies. That would have poked holes in Geronda's stories. Azriel's parents should have been subpoenaed by the defense. The lawyer should have fought, should have said, no. Y'all gonna let us bring the parents into this because they're responsible for their whoring daughters. Let the parents come up here and answer why they sent their daughter to live with R. Kelly. Let the parents come up here so that you can debunk the lies about him transporting her across state lines. Because he had permission to take her across state, and that wasn't hammered home. And then we had a biased judge. Judge Donnelly, one of the most biased judges on the planet. And I told y'all I believe the jury was paid off. So we had a paid off jury. And this is sad. It can't end like this for R. Kelly, y'all. He can't do the rest of his life behind bars, behind some hoes. Nah, it can't end like this for the greatest R&B artist of all time. My favorite artist of all time. It can't end like this, y'all. I finally finished paying off that huge Pacer bill. Oh, oh my God. I'm never putting myself in that position to let my bill get that high again. $420. Pacer is a joke. I'm not putting myself in that position again, but it had to be paid. God bless R. Kelly. Continue to keep him in your prayers. He's being treated like a terrorist. Alec Baldwin is being treated like some sort of sympathetic hero after killing this innocent woman, this innocent young lady that he killed. And I'm starting to think that it wasn't accidental. I think Alec Baldwin was probably having sex with that woman. And he made it look like an accident by shooting her on set because he wanted to get rid of her. I don't believe for a second that was an accidental shooting. Because I remember a couple of years back, Alec Baldwin had this woman that kept sending him emails, and he ran to the police and said she was a stalker. Then it came out, oh, I went to dinner with her a couple times. And then she said that they had a sexual relationship. He said, oh no, we didn't have a sexual relationship. But I believe he had sex with that woman, and he was just trying to cover it up because he didn't want his wife to find out. And this is the same thing with this woman that just got shot dead. I think that they had something going on. I think they had something going on. And then he shot her and said, oh, I didn't know the gun was loaded. It was a prop gun. That's the way to kill her. And talking about, oh, I'm cooperating with the authorities. And nobody's calling for this man to be arrested. Let it have been Denzel that shot a woman on set. He would have been locked the fuck up right now. Let it have been Denzel, Jamie Foxx, Will Smith, any of our top actors in Black Hollywood. If they shot a woman on set, would they be locked up? Hell fuck yeah. Two different laws, you know. Alec Baldwin killed that lady, young lady that he was probably having sex with. And he covered it up by saying, oh, it was a prop gun. It's gonna come out, watch. That woman didn't just die like that. That's out the blue. Out of all the people on the set, she got shot. Dead. But the director got injured. And R. Kelly is getting ready to go to his second federal trial for some whores. But Alec Baldwin is at home right now, kicking it and chilling. He shot a woman dead, you know. Only in America. Only in America, man. That woman was his mistress, y'all. That young lady was his mistress. Hutchins, last name Hutchins. I think it was Helena Hutchins. That's her name. Alec Baldwin killed his mistress. None of these people ever pay. Nobody, no documentary is going to be made on Alec Baldwin either. I don't see the feds rushing. That's federal. Isn't that federal crime? Shooting somebody on a movie set? That can be federal. Why, where are the feds? Where are the feds to arrest Alec Baldwin for murder? It's such a nice day out here. It's like 78 degrees today. That's going to be the high, 78 degrees. That's so perfect. I want R. Kelly to be able to be outside again and have fresh air and just enjoy the sunshine. Just sit outside and enjoy the sunshine. He needs to move somewhere like Florida or Hawaii and enjoy his life. He needs to get out of that fuck city, Chicago, when he get out of jail. Continue to pray for the king, y'all. Greenberg is a son of a bitch. He's going to throw the case, like I said, in Chicago. The only thing we can hope for is that something happens to prevent Rashana and her mama from taking that stand. You know, Greg Lanfair is already deceased, so he's not going to be able to take the stand. So we'll see. You know, August 1st, 2022 is a long way away. So we'll see what happens. Continue to pray for R. Kelly. Pray for his mental and physical strength. These people are trying him. These evil people won't focus on their own sins. They focus on R. Kelly like God gonna ask them about R. Kelly when they stand before him, when he's not. Free R. Kelly, and fuck anybody who don't like him.